Dude, Brad's been on probably the most time.
Brad haven't been on in a while. My show got deleted.
I got you.
What happened?
he was talking reckless, so we had to just.
He was like, scrap it.
No, I'm kidding. It was a test run of our first episode here.
Sure.
In the new studio.
That's what you want to call it.
We put out clips.
We did, but not the full thing.
No, we didn't put the clips.
That's all that matters, though, is you got a few clips.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Go viral.
Yeah.
And people go to find the episode. They're like, guess I'll just watch the other ones, right?
I guess so, man.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah. So what were you saying? You said what's he been writing lately?
Yeah, what have you been writing lately?
I mean, just a lot of different stuff. I mean, it's the strike ended. A lot of different opportunities came my way. I'm oddly enough, I'm returning back to football. I wrote kind of a football show. I can't give away too much, but like it's kind of like just a modern. It's kind of inspired by my time at Miami, but obviously dramatized and amped up a little more. And I'm a lot more athletic and I can throw the ball farther and things like that. I'm a lot cooler.
I bet.
My character. No,
I bet.
But yeah, I'm up for a few different shows and stuff like that, and some network stuff. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, I can't complain. It's a new year.
This is the modern day one you were telling me about. Are you allowed to talk about that? Like the NIL?
I don't exactly know. I don't want to give away too much, but there's one show that
it's like a modern day college football show.
Yeah,
right.
Modern, like with all the NIL stuff involved.
And it's set in Miami.
Yeah. Set, I guess.
At the University of Miami.
It'd be UM, but I don't know
if
allowed
to use. Yeah.
For trademark reasons, I don't know if UM would. Who knows if that would be a thing or not. And then there's some other things that I can't really talk about that I'm up for some pretty, reputable production companies that are also football oriented. Yeah, I guess football's back.
I don't know how far you are into like the whole writing process, but like a couple of years ago, me and a couple of buddies were just like joking around. We're like talking and we're like, man, we wish there was a show that talked about it from the perspective of walk-ons. So like, I don't know if it's like an episode or a couple episodes. But
actually, coincidentally enough, I tried to write a walk-on show.
Really?
Like years ago. I think when I was at UM getting my like film degree, I tried to do like almost like a workplace, like a workplace comedy take on like walk-ons. Like imagine like The Office, but it's walk-ons
literally.
at the field, and they never ever get to make it to the stadium. Like they always, it's always like, or maybe like you show them, but like they warm up, but they don't show the game, right?
Well, it's just interns
basically interns. Yeah.
They're not paid.
Yeah.
So they're in the training room, they're in the film room, right? They're on the field, but you never show the starters. It's just them.
Yeah.
And all the trials and tribulations of walk. I might try and do that one again. I'm not a comedy guy.
It'd be like Blue Mountain State.
Yeah, exactly. But less.
No.
You've never seen Blue Mountain State?
I've never seen Blue Mountain State. Someone's always told me like you gotta watch it.
The funniest show of all time.
I've never seen it.
You've seen it, yeah, Brad?
I've seen episodes. Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's fantastic.
It's, like 10 years ago now, right?
Yeah, when I first got to college, I started watching that with like my roommates. I was like, oh, this is how college football is. And I mean, it is somewhat. It's obviously dramatized and it's like exaggerated a little bit, but a little bit. Like we still had our football house, like Brad knows, and it was pretty nuts.
Wow. Now there's so many shows I haven't seen, bro. Like I haven't seen Game of Thrones. I haven't seen Blue Mountain State.
Game of Thrones is good.
I haven't seen all of it either. I just watched
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Like what I do is I try to just watch like the pilots of shows, right? Like I'll watch because as a screenwriter, when you come up with an idea, a TV show, you have to write a really good pilot, right? That's what sells the whole show. And then from there, they'll say, okay, what's the outline of what's the season arc? What's the 3-season pitch for me? So I just try to watch like as many. If I hear a show's good, I watch a pilot, take notes on it, and then on to the next one.
Do you have a favorite pilot? Like this is the best pilot of all time, or not?
I think like best pilot of all time, or my best pilot of all time, I'd say is Breaking Bad. Just what they do in that one pilot, what they jam in there, and like even in that pilot, you see Walter White's character arc and see him change within the pilot, and that kind of is a precursor to how he's going to change over the course of 5 seasons, and Jesse as well. So.
Bro, I want to say that's like we had met prior. I don't know if you remember, but we had met prior before we had the class together.
Oh yeah, before that we met.
Yeah. But that was like I want to say like where we really like got to like know each other, and like I think that's even how we made the connection to Mo later on.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, but me and Rob, we had a screenwriting class at UM, and that was like one of my first like real screenwriting classes as well. Yeah.
Did you know you wanted to do it before that?
Definitely, I just had no clue how to get
just how to actually do it. Even from your dad though, you didn't like.
I never talked to him about it. He never really.
Really.
I mean, I'd read a scripts and stuff when I was younger,
but he never kind of taught you.
I don't know. I love stories. I just like, I was always a little dyslexic, not that dyslexic, but a little dyslexic. And,
that's a PED, bro. That helps you, honestly.
Maybe.
I think so.
Perhaps. I don't know. Yeah.
No, they're just
high functioning dyslexic.
No, that's the Malcolm Gladwell thing from Outliers. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but his study was like, those who are dyslexic, there's a disproportionate amount who are either incarcerated or CEOs. Oh, wow. So it's like you kind of make a decision early on when you can't read as well as like your peers.
Oh, wow.
It's like, hey, I'm either going to give up, and then like sometimes you like turn to crime or something like that. Or it's like, hey, I'm going to reread this 5 times until I get it down. And then you end up understanding it better than other people because you put in that extra effort because you had to. And then you kind of like, you're more successful because of it. So it's, I don't know, it was an interesting thing because it's, you see it as technically a disability, but there's a disproportionate amount of successful people with it. So it's like, if you're autistic, like technically it's a disability in a much different way, but there's a lot of really successful, wealthy people who are autistic.
And there's like,
so then is it a disability? And there's I think Peter Thiel, Elon, all those dudes.
Some people say messy.
Really? You think? Yeah.
Well, but who knows?
The awkward videos.
I don't know. Yeah. There's obviously different levels, and you know.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. You could just be socially awkward, maybe. Yeah. Those videos are funny though.
I don't know.
The ones that go on Twitter of him.
No, I haven't seen those.
It's like a social setting. He's just like standing there.
I've seen that with the guy who like created Ethereum. I'm like blinking on his name. Yeah. Have you seen those videos of like him in person or in public?
I imagine he's just a different guy.
He's a different guy. To build a cryptocurrency.
Build something that just changes the landscape of all finance. I mean, you have to just, and I don't know what term of whatever condition he might have, but you gotta be different, and you gotta be super intelligent.
He's different, bro. And
you gotta be on a different level. Maybe he's an alien. Who knows? He just he's light years ahead of all of us. He could be part
alien. Yeah.
But like literally, like on Twitter, like it kind of went viral. Like he was trending. It was just him in public places, like him at the mall, him at like a date. It's like he's like always alone. Like it's
him with like a supermodel, and he just doesn't know what to say.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, just different, man.
You could probably get any girl, honestly. How much? You said he's worth $50 billion the other day?
If I had to take a guess,
that's a lot of money.
Depends on the market.
Right, depends on what day of the market. I mean, like these days, probably good. You know, we're approaching a bull run.
Dude, this guy started a crypto podcast.
Yeah, something like that. So it's called the Bullish Podcast. You know, I'm not plugging myself in there. But pretty much just a place to talk about crypto, different news, different things that are going on. Shout out to Scott Summers.
The bull.
Hey.
You're the bull, baby.
Hey, look at that. Now you gotta talk about it. Right. You smell a little baby right here. But yeah, just a podcast to talk about all things crypto. And like specifically, there's a protocol called ICP.
Yeah, I got some of that.
You've heard? Oh, you bought some?
You have.
I think I bought some at the wrong time, but
let's go.
What 2021?
I bought some when it first kind of I don't know what the term is for it, like the IPO.
ICO.
I bought it like just after that, so it had dropped a little bit, but I'm pretty down.
Oh, you're down huge. You're down huge.
But you know, that's a part of the casino.
I thought it was up right now.
You play,
So there's this theory that basically the guys at like FTX that they were like big funders into Solana, and that they thought Solana was kind of like, I guess, threatened by ICP, that this was supposed to be like a bigger, better, faster,
a similar
Solana
use case.
Exactly. So basically, there's rumors that they bought tons of it, and just dumped it on the retail.
Oh,
yeah.
My thing is like, who's funding these rumors, bro? Like, how much of this stuff is real? Like, who's saying it?
Bro, it's Twitter, bro. Like, it's the people, man.
Right, but it could be anyone who's just trying to pump this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean, like people who are trying to like expose?
No, like pump the actual crypto. Like
it takes a lot of money to pump. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like especially like to move markets like that. Like we're talking
You don't think
about
a rumor like that
hundreds of millions of dollars.
But it could be anyone. It's so many different. It's so many. Like you never know. It could be freaking.
Right, it could be the U.S. government.
It could be the government. It could be a dictator in a random country in South America or Eastern Europe. It could be. Yeah. Who knows? I'm not even gonna like start naming names because I don't want to get
on the list.
Or fall from a balcony in Monaco.
You're not suicidal.
I'm not suicidal at all.
That's the new thing. People will start like tweeting that.
It's real, bro. It's real.
I think like Tucker Carlson started like he had to say it one day. He's like, just for the record, I'm not suicidal. He started talking about aliens and stuff, dude.
No, it's real, bro. I don't know if you guys remember, but like a couple months ago, or probably like a year ago, really, there's a bunch of like crypto millionaires in Puerto Rico that just started like washing up dead, just like randomly. Yeah. So like a lot of crypto millionaires like went to Puerto Rico. Apparently, it was like a place to like save on taxes. I think is if you live there for more than 180 days, you don't have to pay taxes.
Yeah, like Jake and Logan moved down there.
Exactly. But some of them just started like just washing up dead. Really? And like one dude left letters was like, "Hey guys, I am not suicidal. I am my right state of mind. I love my life. Like if anything happens to me, like it wasn't me." Like
why did he suspect it?
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
But I've also read some of those guys were also like still unstable. I think I read some that mentioned like it was kind of like debunked. Some of them might have been debunked. I don't know if all of them. But
dude, write a movie about,
I could be wrong. Like, don't quote me on that.
Bro, write a movie about it.
I was gonna say write a movie about SBF.
Maybe under a pen name, under a different name.
Maybe.
I'm sure someone's already like writing that script too.
Probably.
I think
Netflix is on the case, dude. Documentary at least.
I feel like someone. Yeah, there was like a some kind of not a casting, but there was a room that was like looking for writers for that.
Oh, really?
Maybe last year, like whenever all that stuff went down. Like last January, I remember hearing about that. So,
dude, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Bitcoin? It's on Netflix. No. It's basically about like this guy. He like basically started a like fake company, and like this was probably I think like 2017, 2016, like when not too many people like really knew about Bitcoin. And basically, he was like, "Oh, I'm going to create a credit card that's like linked to your wallet that you can use at like any kind of store, like gas stations, retail stores, but it's coming from your crypto wallet." And like at the time, like that was like groundbreaking, you know, like, whoa, like he's changing the game. And he made like millions off of it. And it was right here in Miami.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's right here in Miami.
That checks out. That's on brand.
Yeah.
A lot of things happen right here in Miami. I mean,
bro, he even like had an office. He like hired hella employees.
Really?
And they actually like it got so big and he got so much funding that he was like, one of the partners was like, "Yo, we might actually have to build this like for real now."
Wow.
Yeah. And like they used LinkedIn, like pretended like they were like Harvard graduates and like blockchain specialists.
Oh, so he wasn't even trying to build anything.
No, they were just trying to scam.
Whoa. Because some of these scams, like they'll try to build it, but they're just not complete with the actual building. Like Fire Festival. Like he was trying to actually do it. It was poorly planned and it was whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So it's like a different thing. Which by the way is coming back. Fire Festival. Yeah, dude.
You guys
go?
Yeah. I would.
You would.
For the story, no?
Where wouldn't you go though? Where wouldn't you? There's not many places you wouldn't go, I feel like.
Well, I feel like
aside from active war zones.
Yeah.
I feel like
that was my first
thought. I don't know. I feel like Mo, with the right story, I feel like you would take the risk.
Would you go to Venezuela right now?
Yeah, we were just talking about that. Yeah. I think I would. With a group of people, I don't think I'd want to go alone. Yeah. You know? I think I'd be okay.
You'll be good. I mean, you speak Spanish. You're Venezuelan.
Yeah.
Just offer some arepas. Yeah, come in peace.
You wouldn't go?
Inshallah.
Y'all too cautious, man. Like you gotta live a little. You know?
I'm in Miami right now. I mean, I live in LA, and I go for runs in LA.
That's bold.
That's like as apocalyptic as it gets. You know?
Some parts, like where we lived, was really bad. But where are you living now?
In the valley. I mean, in the West Valley. Nice, bro. You drive off the highway.
It's like living in Coral Gables, bro. Like it's super nice. Yeah,
really?
I don't know what.
When you say valley, is that like San Francisco? Or?
No. Like the valley of Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
But there's still, I mean, there's a lot of issues. I see there's citizen notifications in the valley all the time. There's break-ins. There's there was a murder. There was a guy found tied up in a hotel room that was murdered. Like,
whoa,
yeah,
a lot of stuff to write about.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know if I'm the writer for it, or if it's too close to home for me. But yeah, I don't know. So, but I've been to Europe. I've been to East Africa. I went to Tanzania to see my family. Stopped in Kenya, and a civil war broke out when I was a kid.
Wow.
So
what?
I didn't.
Where?
Get to see in Kenya.
And while you were there, a civil war broke out.
Wow.
Because they thought the election was rigged.
Whoa.
So
Dude, how was, do you remember?
All I remember is we stopped there and we were going to spend time there, but we had to keep going because a lot of the diplomats were trying to get out. So they would get people's flights changed, like throw people off they get people thrown off flights so they could take the first flight out of Nairobi.
Dude, that's crazy.
And there was like fires. I could see the fires, like the fire, like actually flying in. I could see the smoke rising from
as you were leaving.
As I was like flying into Kenya.
Wow.
Yeah, and they had like in the airport on the runway there was just like guys with AK-47s just like guarding everywhere. And the police there are also the military. There is no like delineation. It's all just military is police in a lot of those countries. So.
Whoa, dude. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Dude, beautiful country though.
Beautiful,
I was close by.
Tanzania is cool.
Wow. Yeah, dude. It's like some of the best safaris on the planet are in Tanzania.
Wow.
The Ngorongoro crater, which is like a crater that's the size of probably Miami, but it's just uninhabited by anyone besides tribes and animals, which is cool.
Really?
So yeah. And I think
this is a crater caused by what?
I assume a meteor. But it's just called the Ngorongoro crater.
Whoa.
Called the what?
The Ngorongoro, I think. Okay.
Yeah. And so it's just small tribes now.
It's always been tribes, like since probably start of time.
Yeah.
And they barter and you can go there. Like I was a kid and I got a sword for like
$10
US. You know, like yeah.
Yeah, dude. I visited some of those in Namibia.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy how different people live. Like, I mean, you can see it on TV, but like, if you're actually there, dude, it's absurd.
Namibia looks cool. Like Namibia looks like it's a different planet. Like the deserts out there and stuff. It looks like Mars or something. You know?
I definitely got to take a trip. I've never been to Africa.
But it's different.
Wow. You always hear like those stories of like whether it's like the wild or like the people or the culture. Like I definitely got to take a trip.
Because you're living side by side with like all this wildlife. Like, bro, kids are walking to class with just elephants and like the elephants. Like, my thought of them was like what I see on TV and like zoos and circuses. Like, they're friendly and those are like the ones that are tamed. But bro, these things are as territorial as it comes. Like, they'll just charge at you out of nowhere, and it's this massive, I don't know how many ton creature with these 10-foot swords on their face and just sprinting at you at like untold speeds, and you're like, yo, this is crazy. Like, one of them almost charged us in the safari truck, dude.
Because they
flip them over all the time.
Wow.
They fight each other too. I saw like elephants fighting, like young male elephants fighting,
and they're super smart too. They're crazy smart.
Yeah.
I love looking at those like little videos on like TikTok.
Oh, have you seen them when they chase the safari trucks?
Oh yeah,
they're so fast, bro. Oh, dude, it's absurd.
Yeah,
dude, that scared me so much.
Yeah,
and it's so crazy too because like the lions and the tigers and like all these predators, they're walking like about this distance, like me and you, Brad.
Yeah,
and they just stare at you like right through your soul, and they just keep walking. And like for whatever reason, something in their brains, they don't associate like the truck as an entity, like as like biology, that's something that's living. Yeah. Even though like there's heads and there's humans, like 10 humans in there.
They can just sense
and they just keep going. Yeah, dude.
Is there like a prep? Like, hey, like if things were to get out of hand,
you just don't move no matter what, which is against your instinct. Like, dude, I was about ready to get up and like start running, which is the last thing you need to do. But
I don't know if I can not move.
Dude, when the elephant charged, I like stood up and like everyone freaked out. Like I could have like jeopardized everything. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Pretty cool though. Yeah, it's a very interesting. A lot of interesting countries. So I feel like people should get out and see it more. It's just there's a stigma around it, obviously, but I think it's some of the most beautiful places in the world you could go see.
Yeah.
So, dude, it was so cool. That was my dream trip, bro.
Yeah.
It was the best.
It's funny because like every locker room that I've ever been in, one of the questions I always gotten is like, where are you from? And like, I just assume like, hey, Miami. Yeah. Like, it's always like the African guys in the locker room. Like, no, like, where are you from? I'm just like, bro, Florida City. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and they're like, you don't know where you're from. Like,
have you ever done 23andMe?
I haven't, bro.
That's pretty cool.
Really? You haven't?
No.
Oh, you need to.
It's pretty interesting.
You guys feel like it was accurate?
Mine was pretty accurate, yeah.
I think so.
But I think it's just, I don't know, I think it's interesting to just know what you are and like what you came from. And I think it does something to you, maybe from a identity standpoint or a confidence level thing, or just like, I don't know, it's like just to know who you are on the inside. There's power to that,
for sure.
you know? Because I was someone, I never really knew what I was, because like through both of my parents, they're all mixed up as well. So
really, just
to get the exact breakdown, you know.
And so what is that breakdown?
Mine is like, it's like all over the map. It's like Eastern European, like Lithuanian, French, a little Spanish, Tanzanian, because my grandpa's from Tanzania, a little like West African. I think there was one other thing I'm missing, but it was like 4% like Cambodian.
Whoa.
But
I can see that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all over the map for me. But both my parents are super mixed up, so I was always just curious, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some people lie, and
you could blend in everywhere. Just
exactly.
Right, Brad.
I'm like the what's his name? Our Mr. CIA.
Andrew Bustamante, dude. Yeah. An ambiguous brown, like light skinned dude. Like
that's like in
just about anywhere.
You had him on the pod. No.
Yeah. Dude, it was so nuts.
That's like in the Bourne movies. There's those guys in Treadstone who are like some of the guys that Jason Bourne encounters. Yeah. They're all super racially ambiguous because they could fit in like
that's a huge
Morocco
advantage.
Or wherever, Yemen, you know,
anywhere
Europe,
in the Middle East, Northern Africa,
Europe, yeah,
almost anywhere.
Yeah, the more you say it, I can definitely see it. You know,
for him or
for him,
for him,
yeah.
Dude, maybe you're a spy.
Never know.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to want to join the CIA when I was like in high school.
Really?
Like, I'll go to the Army, go to the Army Academy.
Like instead of playing football?
I didn't think I was going to get offers.
Really?
My plan, I wanted to go to West Point.
Really?
And after that, I wanted to join the CIA.
Whoa!
And I was like, I'm perfect for it. I know I'm built for it. And then I got a offer to Miami. Like,
was this your junior year?
Yeah. Oh, wow. But even before that, like, I was like,
so before junior year, you thought there was like,
I never thought I was going to get a scholarship.
Wow.
Never.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Whoa. I didn't even start at quarterback till like I was like midway through my junior year.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened? Starter got hurt?
No, I mean,
it was just y'all had a bad season.
Had an opportunity. Yeah, I just got an opportunity to start.
And you just balled like the rest of that junior year.
Yeah, my first game, it was like I threw for like I don't know, a bunch of yards. Yeah,
5 TDs
against like a rival school, Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And from there, yeah.
But it's just so casual though. Like people spend their entire waking lives from like 3 or 4 down here in Miami, and it's like just to get offers. And you're like, I didn't really want to do it. And then like coach made me go in, and this was easy. And like all these schools wanted me, so I was like, all right, I guess I'll do it. That's like how it comes up. It's like it's super cool.
Yeah, I mean, I went to camps and stuff like that, and like you know, as a sophomore, I went. There's a couple like USC would have a camp.
Yeah.
Right. But I remember the first camp I ever went to, it was a USC camp. And I want to say Kiffin was the coach. Maybe I was a freshman or something like that. And I remember I went to the bathroom, and one of the coaches that was coaching my little station goes to the bathroom as well. And I don't know if it was a parent or like some fan walks in the bathroom next to the coach, and he goes, "Coach, you see any future Trojans out there?" And I'm just like listening in as I'm washing my hands. And this coach goes, "To be honest, fuck no." And I was like, "Oh no!" And then
little Brad was heartbroken.
Dude, I was heartbroken. I was like, "Dude, now I have to." Dude,
like, that's your villain origin story right there. Yeah.
I was like, "Damn, that hurt." And I was like, "I guess I'm not Trojan material."
You were
but
like
then
12.
I got off. I was like literally like I was like 14 or something. I was like, "Damn." And then I was like, yeah, maybe one day I'll go to a nice college and then try and be in the CIA or something. And then I got offered, and I was like, oh, well, maybe change of plans.
Damn, dude. And then freaking broke the ACC passing record.
Literally, man. Literally.
USC offered me too at the very end.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Coach O, right?
The day after Kiffin got fired.
When Coach O took over.
Ogeron, offered me. And
was it just like too late at that point?
Yeah, I'd already committed to Miami. I mean, I considered it. But yeah, it was like kind of late in the process, and
after that comment, you're like, bro, fuck that.
Yeah, I never forgot that. I never forgot that.
Maybe that coach was still on the staff too, probably.
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. It was many years.
Wow, man.
So who knows? I have no clue who the coach was.
Steve Sarkisian. No, I'm kidding.
That's funny, man. It's funny just like how life works, man. Like you go from like not even thinking it's a possibility to like he said, breaking records is it's crazy.
That's why I was like every game I ever played, I was like, I'm just riding the dream, dude.
Wow.
So riding the lightning.
Dude, I had no idea.
Yeah. I mean, I loved football, but I loved plenty of other things.
No, yeah.
Growing up, and I was like, I blew my knee out when I was going into high school. Like right before high school, I blew my ACL out.
Really?
And that was back when like the surgery and rehab it would take way longer. Was not
nearly as good. Yeah.
Like my range of motion never fully came back in that knee, and I had to wear the big old knee brace.
Oh, that's why you wear it all through college?
Yeah, I mean, by then I was more so for protection. Yeah. But like throughout high school, I literally like couldn't even stride. Like when I was in middle school, I was like dual threat. I was like in 8th grade, I was fast. I'd play safety,
really,
and quarterback in 8th grade, and like outside linebacker. Whoa. And stuff. And then I never got the range of motion back, so I had to just relearn the game, play a lot of Madden, study. You know.
Wait, so that's why you switched to quarterback?
No. I mean, I played quarterback as well. But I also played defense.
As athletic.
Yeah. I was like way more mobile and fluid and could juke and cut and stuff. And then
you should have cut up Adrian Peterson, like.
Yeah.
Did you ever get to
AP? I need the secret.
Yeah.
Did you ever get to 100%? Or was it always
like? So. I think like nowadays, I'm probably the most athletic I've ever been in my life, simply because I weigh 30 pounds less than when I played, and I learned that gluten was my enemy, and like I've done tests on my body, and I run and lift like a maniac some days, and but
so you feel way better now than
way
any
better
point.
Now. Yeah, now that I have my own regimen and stuff. But during that time, I mean, I never really got back to 100%. No, I don't think so. I never got the full range of motion back. So,
whoa. Dude, without the knee injury, you'd be freaking Lamar Jackson in here.
Who knows, man? I might have not even. I mean, without it, I might have just been a guy who liked to run around and not. You
might not have developed your passing game as well. Yeah,
exactly. Or how to read a cover 2 or identify a blitz. Who knows? So,
whoa,
right?
Would you go into coaching or no?
I mean, years ago, I was offered like positions as like like intern or assist or student,
like GA stuff.
Yeah. And even like when I was finishing my degree at I got offered a job in the SEC as a student helper, and they were gonna like cover my tuition there. But I was like, I want a degree from I don't want a degree, and I want to finish at and like
shade at the SEC. It wasn't Vandy.
It wasn't Vandy. It for sure wasn't Vandy. So, but yeah, I mean, I was offered different, I mean, like even like in scouting as well, I had an opportunity. Yeah. But I just, I wanted to switch it up. I
so
many decades in football,
I can see you in coaching for sure.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, bro, all the time you're like, bro, how sick would it be if we had our own high school team or something like that?
I think I'd be really good at it, but it's just the work-life balance is so tough. Yeah, and then kind of like what Brad's saying, you do something your entire life.
Yeah.
And I don't know,
There's no room for deviation. It's just you're locked in.
Yeah, and it's like, I think of it like camp mode or season mode. Like you're watching so much tape. It's like anytime.
Even in high school, at the high school level?
What? Oh, like coaching
I'm saying
high school?
Like coaching high school.
High school now is as intense as college, I feel like.
Dude, high school is the new college, bro. It's nuts. Have you seen like some of these really big high schools? Like Bishop like Gorman, like St. Thomas? Dude, it's nuts. The facilities are nicer or just as nice.
Yeah.
The money's getting there now because they're making more money than a lot of college guys sometimes. Like if you're a big 5-star or 4-star recruit,
Depends which state too, because some states you can't make money still.
Yeah, it depends on the state's rules.
It's a state by state
basis.
I've been doing all this research for.
For your
writing.
Just Florida, you can make money.
Florida,
right?
you can make money. Yeah.
I feel like anything goes in Florida. Like,
That's true.
We're always going to be on like the edge, you know?
Like,
if there's a question, can you do it in the state? Then yes,
you can do it.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Texas and Florida, baby. That's what we're saying.
With Texas, I don't think you can't make money.
High school kids can't.
I think I read that's what I read the latest publication I read, but I don't know if it's changed or not. But so, but you can make a lot of money if you go to University of Texas.
I bet.
So our kids gonna start transferring now out of state to Florida, maybe. If you're like a huge recruit, like Jeremiah Smith, that receiver was like #1 player in the country. Got kid out of Chaminade.
Yeah.
If he lives in Georgia,
right?
Georgia you can't get paid. Oh, I'm gonna go 10 miles down to the border.
Yeah.
Make $1 million, dude.
Yeah.
Do a few paid posts.
I think it just depends on the
Who
family.
says no? Yeah, but I mean,
right,
it's a lot of money.
right.
But that's gonna start happening, and then Georgia's gonna be like, "Oh, we can't lose our kids," and then, dude, it's gonna be an arms race. That's how. And
I mean, bro, if we're being real, it's already been happening now. You know, like I feel like there's been so many situations where you see quarterbacks travel like
that's true.
Other side of the country to go play. Certain
that was my
states.
plan. I mean, I kind of wanted to do that my senior year. I wanted to try and transfer into like somewhere in Miami or like, you know, a St. Thomas level type of school.
Where would you have gone?
I would have loved to, try St. Thomas or like Columbus or like somewhere like, you know what I mean?
Gulliver.
Yeah, hey.
You know, the G. But
Mo wouldn't have let that happen. Mo would have been like, nah, we're not accepting this guy.
It wouldn't have been up to me.
But just to like acclimate to Florida, because it's, I mean, I don't know, the humidity, that was like really hard to adjust to.
Just so you could say blur.
Players and the blurs. But I stayed at my school, won the state championship, but it would have been nice to just like basically it kind of be like what JT Daniels did, where he enrolled
early.
He skipped his senior
year.
He
actually played that year though.
Yeah.
Which is nuts, dude. To start that year that you're supposed to be a senior.
Right.
You gotta head out. All right.
That time. Man.
Yeah.
Hate to be that guy, man.
I
appreciate you.
All right. Yeah, man. Of course. Well, nice chatting with you.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro. All right. Enjoy your meeting, dog.
Yeah.
It's a crypto meeting?
No, it's Dorm Hub, bro. Yeah, I gotta plug in Dorm Hub next time, bro. I will be back.
The hub?
All
right.
The hub. All right, bro.
That would have been fun, though, if you pulled up to Miami.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have loved that as a 18-year-old or a 17-year-old.
You would have just moved by yourself, or your family would have come down?
I don't know.
It would have been like IMG. They probably would have given you like an apartment or something. I could see that being the case. Yeah.
I'm glad that didn't happen.
You're glad it didn't?
I probably would have been irresponsible or something.
You think?
I don't know. I wasn't a bad kid. I didn't get in trouble.
Yeah.
I never got caught doing bad things, but you know.
I feel like you've always been pretty chill though.
Yeah. But you know, I've been able to live places where you can do fun things as a youth.
So you're used to it. Yeah, you're not coming from like a small town. And it's like,
I'm not suddenly, I'm in my mid-20s. I gotta go to a club. I gotta go.
It's like those girls who grow up with like real strict parents and they go to college and just go crazy freshman year. Yeah.
And not even like, I wasn't even like going to clubs in high school. I was just saying like, you know.
No, I'm just saying that's a thing.
Egging houses or things like that. I'm not saying I egged houses. I don't know.
That what?
I'm just saying like just fun, mischief, drinking.
Yeah.
You know, or
yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. Dude, what a crazy journey though, bro.
Yeah.
So you're flying out tomorrow, yeah?
Tomorrow, I always like to stop in London before I go into like actual Europe. Stop in London, see some friends, watch some soccer or football.
You going to a game?
As they call it. Yeah.
What game did you do?
I'm going to try and see Tottenham play. That's my team. And then Manchester City's playing when I do my next layover on the way back. But then I'm going to Monaco, meeting with some buddies who are investors, trying to get a movie financed.
And this is a different movie?
This is my one from, I actually wrote it at USC.
This is the one that you won those awards for.
It made the blacklist, yeah.
Yeah, so that's that one. You haven't sold it yet.
So, you know, we've had different production companies come on, different producers come on, directors come on, go off it. Like the strike kind of muddied everything up. But now it's gotten a lot of traction since the strike ended, and we might have some financiers lined up. We'll see.
This is the Western one?
This is kind of like a Western, chenille Western.
Yeah.
Called the Homestead.
Yeah. I remember you were up for like all these awards. Yeah.
So
that's a big one. Like that's your baby.
I think that's my baby.
Yeah.
So I think it's.
You still tweak it like once you finish a movie?
Yeah, I mean, like, not once you finish production, but during production, of course, the writer has to be on there for on-set rewrites, and there might be some budget-wise they have to, reorient, or, hey, we need you to set the scene somewhere else because we didn't get the permit for this bar that we're going to use, so let's set it in a cornfield. I don't know, things like that.
I wonder if like Yellowstone being so successful now in like 1983 or what is it? 1783 or
1883.
1883.
You're close.
Yeah.
By 100 years.
Yeah. With those being so successful now, if like Westerns are going to become more
I think so,
in vogue.
But also it's like they're being written by Taylor Sheridan, who's
the
top of his game right now.
Yeah.
So
I just listened to him on Rogan. He sounds pretty cool.
He's cool. He seems like a good guy. He's one of the reasons why I write today. Some of his scripts were
really
the first scripts I ever
did he
read. He wrote a movie called Hell or High Water, which is
he wrote that?
Yeah, and that's coincidentally set like maybe half an hour from where my mom lives in West Texas.
Really?
And it's a great neo-Western, great themes. Well written, well paced.
Yeah.
So that's one of my all-time favorites. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know he wrote those too.
He wrote Sicario.
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
You should watch that.
Really?
Sicario. It's a good one. It's about like they're what they have to, like the lengths they have to go to basically disband the cartels below the border. Maybe not disband, but get rid of one cartel so that another cartel that perhaps we have relations with can be happy or can operate. Things like that. It's a gray area of like dealing with cartels.
Dude, isn't that nutty? Like the politics behind that.
Politics behind everything that's.
So like the U.S. will back some cartels. Like how does it work? Do you know?
I don't. I haven't done. I try to not do deep dives on depraved things, but I know for a fact like the war on drugs is very.
Dude, what's going on with
matter?
What's going on with Texas now that you were just saying?
Well, yeah, in Texas right now there was because of the whole border crisis.
Yeah,
I think it was the governor, right? He's sent the National Guard down to the border to kind of corral the situation and handle things on their own, which is against the rulings that the White House has been.
But then 20 countries are backing him,
but a lot of states are. So basically, it's against
not countries, states.
Basically, it's against the White House's wishes. But Texas is saying, "Well, you can come down here and try to get us to comply, but it's not going to end well for you." And then there's several other states, like I think Oklahoma and like a couple other states in the South that have backed Texas, and maybe the list is growing. I'm sure,
dude,
Florida.
20 states, bro.
So,
dude, it's so crazy that with that Civil War movie coming out, you saw the trailer.
Yeah,
dude, like things are like inching towards that. It's absurd.
I hope not. I hope we don't.
It seems like it, dude.
I hope we don't get Civil War before World War III. I hope Civil War II doesn't happen before World War III.
The war breaks out before the actual movie comes out.
Yeah, no, I don't think. At the end of the day, I wouldn't want to mess with Texas regardless. No. So I was just in West Texas at my mom's place, and it's like every person there has a revolver on their hip still. Like it's like not much has changed since the 1800s.
No.
But I feel oddly. I know there's issues with. Yeah, they've had their own issues, right? But walking around West Texas, I oddly feel safer than I do in Los Angeles.
100%.
If someone wants to come in this restaurant and mess with
everyone's armed,
30 cowboys,
it's wraps. Yeah,
then
you're done within 5 seconds.
Cooked, yeah. So there's actually a scene. There's a scene in Hell or High Water where I think it's the last bank robbery that they pull off. It goes south, right? A couple of people get shot in the bank. As they're running out and diving into their truck, the whole entire street is lined with like just normal normal civilians who all have their own hunting rifles and AR-15s and revolvers, and they're like the militia, but it's not. But it's just like the dudes who are around the city. Yeah, so the
I think that's how it used to be, man.
Yeah.
So I went.
It probably still is that. It honestly probably still is that way
in some of those towns. Yeah. So I went to. I lived in Coffeyville, Kansas.
Yeah.
So a small town southeast, like around 10,000 or less people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the city is best known for, there was a gang called the Dalton Gang.
That sounds like something straight out of like Red Dead Redemption. Like
yeah, dude, literally. This is like the height of, these gangs in the West, in the Midwest. Gang, yeah. And I mean, they were just infamous for just going in and looting these towns or something like that. And I guess the big task at the time was robbing 2 banks at the same time. Like if you were able to do that, then like you're the shit apparently.
And you split the police enforcement up, right?
So that would be smart, exactly.
Yeah.
And so so they try to do that in Coffeyville, Kansas, and then the citizens, like you just said, they came out, shot him, and killed him. So they put an end to like all this crazy Dalton gang stuff, and that's like a huge holiday now. And so that's like every year on that day. There's like massive parade.
Really?
There's a museum for
so this didn't happen in 2016 or something, right? This happened.
No, dude. This is like back in the day.
Okay, because I was like, Dalton Gang, you were there. I was like,
no. Dude, that'd be crazy.
That's great. I might write that down in my notes. Rob 2 gangs at once. I've been writing a heist film for like the past year and a half that I haven't been able to crack.
Yeah, dude, there's a museum and everything. It's like a whole thing.
Wow.
I mean, when was this all going on? Like 19th century, 18th century?
1800s probably.
Yeah. So probably early to mid 19th century.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a huge deal in that town.
Once. Yeah, it's interesting, and it's like
look up that story too.
I will.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, some of those like small towns in America, they're cool. They all have their own lore and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if everyone's everyone's armed,
Yeah.
It's like a smaller scale for nukes.
It's mutually assured destruction.
There's parity. Yeah,
that's what it is. Yeah. So it's an interesting place to be. Yeah, it's a lot of people. You talk to them, and very sweet people, very kind people, right? But some people are still kind of like stuck in like the 1800s, and how the things they say, or how they or their customs, right?
Yeah,
their beliefs.
How so? I mean, I was gonna say like, I feel like there's more genuine people.
Very genuine people. Very genuine, right? But in terms of
real people, right? Because we were talking about that a little bit before, like LA, where you've been living, like down here in Miami, New York.
Yeah.
Like it seems like everyone's out for something, and it's like, the TikTok, the social media world, like this is the OnlyFans capital of the world out here.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just kind of gets dirty, like no pun intended, and just
no pun intended,
right? And then you go somewhere else like that, a small town somewhere in the Midwest or West Texas, and it's like, I don't know,
it's very refreshing. It
is to meet like a real genuine person, who's not trying to make it in Hollywood or something like that.
Have just normal conversations with, and people who are like still, oh wow, that's interesting, you did that, and oh, this is what you do, that's very interesting, and it might have no bearing on their success, their future success, but they're still interested to know things and just sit and have it might be a 30-minute conversation, but they're just like, just there to have it,
You're probably not going to find that in LA.
You might, but
it's pretty rare.
Not on Sunset Boulevard, or
no, not in the hills.
Not at a house party, and in the Palisades or something, right?
No.
But that part is very refreshing, which is why I like when I was there, I was like, I have to get out here like once a month, because it's just
really
like,
that often.
Like this is how you're kind of supposed, like this is how we were meant to live.
Yeah.
So, and it's nice, and like there are things that I don't agree that some people might say there. There are things but that's a part of being a human being, is like disagreeing and being able to have a conversation about it and explain your point of view without, with just being able to listen to each other without canceling each other.
Yeah. I mean, did you feel like if you had a disagreement with someone out there, they were more receptive to like still getting along with you? Well, because if like say like LA is very liberal, if you're conservative in LA or something, then it's sometimes that's a big deal.
Depends which part people aren't. But yeah. You know. Yeah. No, I'd say. I mean, I could be. My experience could be different simply because like I played football. Size. Oh, well, and everyone out there loves football. Yeah, yeah. So, like,
it's Brad Kaaya, baby.
You know, I'd say you're pretty much good there. I mean, in terms of whether it's topics about race or politics, I think you're pretty good there to just have open discourse.
Yeah, I think so.
Unless you're, as
long as you have, if you have common sense, you know, and if you're respectful, I think that's the big thing. If you show respect. Even if you have different opinions, you should be able to just have a conversation. It's like,
right now, obviously, I feel
like you should want to talk to people who have different opinions on things either way. Like, I don't know if you want to be around people who like only think the way you think.
Yeah, because then it just turns into an echo chamber.
And it's not interesting. It's like I want to know different points of view. Like we could still be cool and friends or whatever. Like you could still date a girl who thinks different things.
And that was one of the issues I had. Not an issue. It was just one of the observations I made. Like being in, I went to Miami. And then obviously it was in Miami in the mid 2010s, but then being at USC at the time that we were at USC, I kind of felt like people were kind of afraid to dispute like the status quo, right? And it kind of at times I thought, which like having an opinion is great, right? But at times I thought things were just turning into an echo chamber. Like it was like everyone, it's like it's okay if sure, it's okay to like have a leftward leaning view or a rightward leaning view. Yeah. But after a while, it kind of gets repetitive if everyone is just like in agreement on like who to bash or who to punch down on what group that they're gonna like go after. It's just like,
especially if you're writing too.
Especially if you're writing and like it's your job.
Because then that gets in the way of the art. I mean, it's bad in general, but especially if you're creating something in that creative manner. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think as a person who's a writer or anything creative, I think it's always been on creative people to just like be objective, to challenge the status quo, right? Or just to pose questions that invoke thought, right? So it's I'm not saying, and I'm not a person who like I'm pretty objective in general. I'm pretty neutral. On most, I'm sensible. That's what it is. I'm sensible on most topics. I try to find common sense, right? But I felt like there was a minute there where it was like there was no
if you're not
sensibility. If you're not on a certain side,
not on their team,
then you're an enemy. And it's like when did we turn into this? How did we all get programmed to lean one side or the other?
It's weird, isn't it? Like if you're not on my team, then automatically, like if you think differently on anything,
any topic, so there's no more like let's just look at the facts, let's
talk about it,
let's just talk about it, so it's interesting, but it's always been the storyteller's job to pose objective arguments for both sides of stories, right? So it's like in Avengers, it's like obviously the Tony Starks and the Spider-Mans and Captain Americas, they have their own fight, right? But Thanos also poses like interesting thoughts. Maybe not, it's not murdering half of society, right? But like Thanos does make interesting points about overpopulation, or like how we've destroyed the universe, the planet,
resources,
etc.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe his the ends don't justify the means.
Right.
But it's our job to create characters, whether they're good or bad, create characters that are sympathetic and relatable, So
that's actually really, I never thought of it that way. So when you're writing, so like the protagonist is easy, obviously, for an audience to root for, but the antagonist, like you think about this when you're creating that character development, as far as like there's nuance to it. It's not as easy as like, this person good, that person bad.
It used to be that way in like some of the old James Bond movies. It's like, I just want to create a laser beam that destroys the United States. It's like, it used to be a lot easier.
Like finishing for fucking
exactly. Like just like very stilted antagonists. But I mean, nowadays it's like to get people's attention, to get them watching things, you have to create, whether it's the main character, the protagonist, or the antagonist, you have to create people who are maybe they're I don't know, they're
more layers
malevolent, like they're malevolent in how they lean, but they also have to be somewhat relatable at the end of the day, or you just lose your audience. And there's so many there's so many things you can watch now.
Dude, it's absurd. There's too much.
Yeah. And there's TikTok too. And there's TikTok that's competing against everything.
Because how many people would rather just scroll through Instagram or TikTok than like actually sit down and watch? Dude, it's a problem. Like I love football. Like there's few people who love watching football, like the scheme, like the art of it more than me. I'm sitting down and watching the NFC and AFC championships, and I was like, half of it, dude, I was just like, I got distracted scrolling and I would miss a big play. And I'm like, dude, what am I doing? Like I was waiting all week for these games.
But then you get the big play on your TikTok too. So because it's listening to you all the time. You know what I mean? It's always.
You think it's listening?
Listening to you. It has to be.
Yeah.
I guarantee you if I open it right now, it's going to say, it's going to have something. Let's see what it says if I open it right now. Let's see. I'm going to open mine. Okay, I don't know. Maybe not.
I feel like I've gotten that.
Imagine you open it, it's just all girls.
On your TikTok?
I'm getting like soccer videos and stuff about London.
Because you've been hitting up these soccer girls, bro.
Soccer stuff. And we were talking about going to watch a soccer game. I'm getting Europe videos. So 5 signs of a psychopath you mustn't ignore.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Now I'm curious.
I don't know. Interesting world we're living in. So who knows? Who knows what it's like in another 5 years, 10 years?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's also hard, like what is true, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, there's so many things now can be with AI or with digitally rendered images. You can make anything look like a war zone. You can make anything look like the world is ending. You can, right? I'm sure pretty soon they could drop a video that makes it look like aliens are invading.
Yeah.
You know? So who knows?
Did you see that Taylor Swift thing she's suing because like her pictures?
Yeah. Well, now if you go on Twitter, you're just bombarded with just the word, just things that human beings should, just stuff human beings shouldn't be seeing. Like, bro, the other day I went on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Twitter now does the same thing as TikTok does, where it's like it listens to you and it uses that data or it reads your keystrokes. But there's a video of a guy, and this is, keep in mind, it's like 6 a.m. I'm in the Lubbock airport. I don't know why I'm scrolling, but I am. I go on Twitter and it's a guy who gets broken up with. I had just gotten broken up with by my ex-girlfriend. Yeah. And guy gets on, no, it's a guy and his girl. The girl dumps him. She gets in the elevator, it closes. He pulls out a gun and just shoots himself in the head and like shows everything, right? With like some super depressing music to it. And I'm like, if I keep opening Twitter, I'm gonna need therapy from Twitter. Dude. Like the amount of like
also like what are the odds though? Because you had just broken up with your girl.
I mean, we had broken up a little bit before that.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I was still talking about it with
some movie scene or like a skit or something.
No, like an actual like surveillance camera video.
Oh, this is real.
It's like straight up death porn on Twitter now. It's like every time I check,
Twitter's wild. Twitter has everything. Yeah,
it's death porn or it's real porn or it's like an AI rendered.
Yeah,
you know, of T Swift. It's crazy, and then I'm like, I need to just pick an app and just stick to one app. And call it a day. Maybe I don't think it's Twitter anymore.
LinkedIn, bro.
Which LinkedIn also is just like
social media.
LinkedIn has turned into its own kind of like schmooze. You know,
I can't use
gas
LinkedIn,
yourself
bro.
up.
I refuse to use it.
App, right?
I can't do it.
And some people say, "Hey, you got to post on LinkedIn." I'm like,
Why?
I don't know what I post. Hey, I just pitched a movie script to so and so at Netflix,
weird, bro. Yeah,
you know, I don't know.
I just have it, but it's I've never posted on there.
Yeah, I think the last post I made was like 2019 on there. So
I mean, it's also like for what you're doing, you probably don't.
It seems like it's pointless. It's all like network.
If you work like a 9 to 5, if you're like in a cubicle or something, like maybe for something like that. I don't know.
Corporate.
Yeah, corporate.
All that stuff. But I'm just like, and like I'm still getting like I'll get notifications like 20 people viewed your profile. I'm like, what are you guys looking at? What are you looking for? I haven't posted in 4 years.
It probably just comes up on like suggestions or something.
I guess, yeah. I mean, they probably have their own algorithm now that You know, I'm sure LinkedIn, it might be its own dating app at some point.
Yeah. Well, that's
right.
You think?
I feel like everything is a dating app now. I feel like Instagram is a dating app.
Instagram is the best.
You know, like we were talking about earlier in the car. I mean, you know, it's So yeah. I don't know. I think because
it's your profile you're putting out to the world.
Yeah.
Because bro, what's the first thing a girl asks? What's his IG? Or like it goes both ways.
Or men too.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're like, hey,
how
like,
many times did you throw that one out there?
What do you mean?
Like just this weekend? No.
Like what's your IG?
I'm kidding. No. Yeah. I mean,
no, I won't ask a girl like, to her face because I can see her.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take what she looks like in person a million times over like what photos she's posting because like God knows how many AI and Photoshop rounds it's gone through.
I hope not. But.
I mean, they have.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if you or whoever is like, yo, this girl wants to meet you, be like, oh, show me her Instagram.
Yeah,
that's the first thing.
Even like when we're talking about famous people now, or if you talk about like, so and so just signed for my favorite team, Tottenham, right? I will go and I'll like Timo Werner is a guy who plays in the Bundesliga, but he just signed with my favorite team. So I went on his Instagram. Like in the past, I would Google someone, right, to see what they look like, see what they're up to, see what they look like,
what they've done. Like,
but now you just search their name on Instagram, or or if I want to watch like Reggie Bush highlights, I'll go to TikTok and look up Reggie Bush highlights. I won't look it up on
YouTube,
Google, or YouTube as much. It's just TikTok is so easy. It's right there. The app is there.
Huh.
You know, I'm sure it listened to me, so I'm sure I'll get Reggie Bush highlights in an hour. But yeah,
I've never done that on like TikTok, huh?
But it also is Instagram's also become like a networking tool too.
It is, dude.
Like everyone I've met in the film industry, they'll just go, "Hey, what's your Instagram? Let's boom boom."
Yeah.
It's still like
it's an extension of yourself.
I guess, yeah. So I don't know if I should.
It's way better than LinkedIn in that sense. If you're working like a creative job like that or something.
But I'm just
like podcast guests. Like I'll DM people. Like, hey, do you want to do XYZ? Like countless people I've met through Instagram. Yeah.
But it's just such a weird gray area because I'm like, I don't know. I work out a lot. You know, maybe I want to post a thirst trap. Yeah. But at the same time, do I want this director who I'm writing scripts for to just see my nips when I'm out on the beat? You know what I mean? Like,
why not, dude?
I guess. I don't know. It's just like a weird gray area. It's like, there's so many ways you could repurpose Instagram now.
It could be used for anything though.
Anything now. Yeah. So it's also like a shopping platform. You can buy stuff.
That is new. Yeah.
So I don't know, but I think maybe Instagram will be my only thing, and I'm gonna delete everything else. Probably.
I actually love Twitter though. I learn a lot on Twitter.
I learn a lot on Twitter, but I also
like news. I feel like everyone consumes news on Twitter.
Yeah, but then I also get hit with like at least 2 death videos a day that I'm gonna have PTSD. I probably already have PTSD from, and should go to therapy for. So.
I don't know why you're getting these. 'Cause I haven't gotten a single one on Twitter.
It's probably because I play Call of Duty or something.
Yeah.
I don't play Call of Duty that much anymore, but maybe it's the things they talk about. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm writing, because I hear that some apps will see your keystrokes, and when I'm writing a script, I have the final draft on my phone.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like seeing the things I'm writing into my script or Googling for my script. You know, because I write these action scripts, and I'm like, how do you attach a suppressor onto a M4 rifle, or like, you know, how do you build a pipe bomb?
You have to know all that.
There's certain things that like to make it more realistic.
Dude, you're like on so many lists.
Yeah, I'll be like, how do you build a pipe bomb?
Ingredients for a nuclear bomb.
Literally, I mean, things like that. Yeah. So I'm sure whoever my assigned FBI agent is like, oh wow, I want to read one of his scripts one day.
Or maybe that's a front, dude. That'd be a smart front.
It could be.
Like, hey, I'm a script writer. Boom, boom, boom.
/ Yeah, I'm not even gonna say the word. Yeah.
And you know, you wanted to be in the CIA, so it's like
at some point,
so it's like
I'd still be down to be in the CIA. Honestly,
if they called you think you would do it?
Sounds like a busy time for them right now in the world.
Sounds like you're so cautious though with everything. So I'm actually really surprised that you'd want to do that. I'm not. Yeah, you always have to be on edge.
Yeah, but then that's even better, you know.
Why?
So because of the fact that I am cautious about things, that I'm always going to be looking over my shoulder.
Yeah, but I feel like you're risk averse though.
Yeah, and isn't that what the CIA is about? Is is.
Yeah, but it's inherently there's a lot of risk. Like,
yeah,
your identity can easily be compromised if you're an agent.
Depends what kind of agent, though. Depends if
covert intelligence officer.
Like, I'm not saying I'd be James Bond.
We're putting you in Libya to get intelligence secrets.
Yeah,
there's risk. There's a lot of risk.
That's true, but I don't think I'd be. I think maybe I'm too tall to be out there. I think maybe I could, but I think I'd be behind a desk.
Oh, you want to be like an office guy. You don't want to be on the streets.
Who knows? I guess we'll never know. Or you'll never know.
Dude, I think it'll be fun.
I think so. I mean, you speak Arabic, you speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Right? You could blend in.
Yeah.
A lot of places.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta be a good actor.
They might think you're a mercenary though, because you're built and you're like 6'4".
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it'd be fun. You hit up what's your boy's name again?
Andrew Bustamante.
Hit up Andrew. Ask if they're hiring interns.
Be a spy intern, bro.
I'd be down for like a spring or a summer.
See, but what if they have you there like your entire life? And you have to have like a family and kids and all that.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's
I wonder if they tell you in advance. Though.
Blood in, blood out, right?
Yeah, you gotta be a patriot, right? Yeah. This is for your country. Yeah. That's what they tell you, and do what you gotta do.
Right.
Wow, dude.
Each their own.
Yeah, I had so many questions for that dude. Like, I could have talked to him for 4 or 5 hours. I was really interested too, like how they operate, or do they prepare for cases in which they get brought in and like someone catches them?
Oh, right.
Because I was like, do you prepare for that?
Yeah, do the cyanide pill in the back of their tooth.
Oh, is that a thing? He didn't tell me that.
That's a classic spy movie trope. Where they have a cyanide like capsule in the whatever their back molar, and they crack the molar.
That makes sense.
When they do that, the cyanide kills them. So that like how their mouth foams out and they're gone. Yeah. There's no secrets.
That's smart.
Given.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's pretty hardcore though.
No, it's a crazy. And now he just does podcasts.
Yeah.
He's crushing it though. I love him. He gets a lot of hate in the comments. People don't like him.
Some people are like, I've seen some people say like, oh, if he were really in the CIA, then why is he on TikTok talking about people like that?
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Or some people are saying like, is that guy just a
propaganda
recruiter? Yeah,
just make it sound as cool as possible. Yeah. Just get a cool guy.
Sounds like he's doing a great job.
Yeah, great speaker, great curly hair. Yeah. He seems like an awesome dude to hang out with. Very intelligent, knowledgeable.
Yeah,
came out clean. No visible injuries.
Now he's on TikTok.
Yeah, now he's on TikTok.
Now he's probably got girls in his DMs.
100,000,000%. Yeah. I should have asked him. He's really like straight arrow though, so I don't know if he would have appreciated that. He's married with kids. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I think he's got a sense of humor though. He would have.
Yeah. They all have to. You have to if you work in.
Or at least you have to act like you do.
Yeah.
You're an actor.
Yeah.
It's a hard job, bro.
Crazy.
But all right, bro. I think I gotta head out. And
Where are you heading off to?
I gotta go check out the studio for that Thursday podcast.
Where is it at?
With the mayor. Dude, I think it's like 10 minutes away.
Oh, that's not bad.
But I gotta scope it out because I want to smoke cigars with them.
That'd be fun. Drink a little whiskey.
Dude, I know it'd be fun. Yeah. And I don't think we could do that in his office.
I doubt it.
Right. So
I doubt the mayor. I mean, you never know. It's Miami.
He's really big in the media, which is interesting. Like
I've seen him talk about like cryptocurrency.
Yeah, so he
podcasts and stuff.
He's bringing all the crypto here. He created his own coin somehow.
Oh, how's it doing?
It's not doing well at all.
Well, according to Rob, the bull market's coming
to the moon. To the moon. But yeah, it'll be fun, dude. Yeah, it'll be exciting. He ran for president too.
He's gonna run for president.
Right, he did this last cycle in the primary.
This really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's the Republican primary right now, or both technically.
It's coming up. We're coming up on the next.
Well, now election. Now it's election year.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, time flies.
Civil War.
I hope not.
I hope not.
I hope America is at peace. This election cycle, which there's no way, that's just not possible. But
Oh, it's good. The thing is, it's going to be crazy regardless. Like,
yeah.
There's no outcome where it's not crazy.
Yeah, I just hope, no matter what happens, I hope everyone behaves.
Everyone doesn't go to war.
So,
abroad and here. Could you imagine?
Oh, I really hope not. Because then we have no choice but to join the CIA.
Yeah. You'd have to, right? Just be a part of the action.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
The CIA, actually, I feel like the State Department and the CIA and like the U.S. military, they're inherently like apolitical. Like they don't pick, like all my friends I've talked to that have served in the military have all said that like we don't lean one way or the other. It's
just neutral. For the country.
Yeah, objective.
You got to take orders whether you like them or not, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, it's interesting. I don't know.
Well, because you think like the politicians are in and out, but like those bureaucrats or like CIA, kind of FBI, like you're there for life. So it's like it's more of a long term. It's like, all right, who's this fool? He's gonna be here 4 to 8 years or something.
You gotta stay the course.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
it ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
All right, big dog.
All right, man.
That's fun, man.
Yeah.
Enjoy Europe.
Hopping on.
Hopefully you saw your movie.
Hopefully I just need someone to throw me a bone, dude. I just, dude,
let's get John Ruse to buy it.
I'm always here for that. I'm always here for just a Miami-centric production. No, I have not.
He probably loves you.
I have not. I mean, hey, he does great things for my alma mater. Is it? You see it right here? You fish.
Yeah, you fish, dude.
So, yeah. I mean, I'm always open to it.
I bet he would buy it.
So, John, if you're hearing this, you want to get into Hollywood, you know who to call.
It's an NIL deal.
Yeah, right. Literally.
An NIL deal that you get return on investment.
Yeah. I mean, it would make one of these shows would make Miami look sick as hell. So, be a good recruiting.
Honestly, yeah. Are you going to make it look good, though?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's going to be the drugs and the partying. And
so it might not look good then.
No, but that's at every college, though.
No, you're right.
Not like saying the team is going to be on drugs, but like it's going to make Miami, like, it would for
as
sure
a city, it's going to make it look like, or it's going to make some want to come to University of Miami.
Yeah, it's going to make UM look sick.
Yeah.
So,
dude, it's in his best interest. It's really in Cristobal's. It should be a you, Cristobal, and John Ruse meeting.
Yeah, I'm always here for it.
It sounds like that's what we need to make happen.
Yeah. So I'm here for it. It's my alma mater, UM and USC now.
He's got the money, dude. You'd throw it at you.
Yeah. And if UM isn't interested, we can go to USC.
SC. Just link.
So
we'll get Caruso.
Who's the coach? Riley. Yeah, Riley.
How did you forget Coach
Maybe
Riley?
Get Caleb producing.
Caleb will make like a guest appearance or something.
But just as a producer too. You can just slap his name on there. He doesn't even have to produce. Just
he doesn't do anything.
His name.
He just
So,
yeah.
Number 1 overall pick producing.
Produced it.
Yeah. You think he goes number 1?
Yeah, I think he'll go number 1. He has to, right?
I can't think of. I mean, there's the Penix guy.
Well, so it's weird because the Chicago Bears just posted this video of Justin Fields, and they're like, "Yo, this is our QB1."
Wow. When?
Like 2 days ago, dude.
That's just
so the timing is weird.
They could also
be why would you do that?
They could be pumping his value up.
Smart.
You should talk to our guy in the CIA about propaganda.
Dude, this is CIA propaganda by the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
But honestly, I mean, like, they for sure pump out fake news.
Yeah, all the teams put out different stuff. Like, this is the mind game.
In a way that is propaganda.
Yeah.
You're
from the Super Bowl to the draft to the day 1 of the draft, there's going to be the craziest headlines you'll see.
Yeah.
So
and purposely just putting out fake things.
Who knows?
Did this audio just go?
Did it?
You hear that? Yeah. Oh, it just went back. I just messed it up.
You got it?
Yeah. You don't think he'll go number 1?
I think Caleb. I hope Caleb goes number 1.
Do you think he should? Do you think he's the best quarterback?
I think it's between him and Penix.
Penix.
Lit it up. Penix. Yeah. Sorry. Penix.
I used to say Phoenix too.
Penix. It sounds like
I mean, it's spelled like that. Yeah. Yeah, but someone corrected me on a podcast, and I was like, oh yeah.
I'm not like tapped into football enough these days to like.
You haven't like
have all those terms down. Who I really do love, who I've now seen on TikTok, is the white cornerback out of Iowa,
Cooper DeJean, baby.
DeJean,
let's go.
He's a dog.
He's good. Huh? You seen it on TikTok?
Dog. Yeah, he's a dog.
Just because he's white. Yeah. He's actually
breaking down barriers.
He's really fast.
Jason Sehorn Part 2. Yeah,
I don't remember Sehorn.
But I think Caleb. That's probably. I've seen a lot of really good players in person throughout my life. Yeah. I would say, in terms of college football, that's the closest thing I've seen to, like a Manziel kind of guy. But even, I think he's better than Johnny was.
I hope so.
So I hope. In the NFL, but I'm saying in college.
Oh, in college. Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
It's like looks like he makes throws like Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So. Yeah, we'll see. And Patrick was good in college. Rodgers was okay in college, but Caleb looks like he's kind of like at least a couple years ahead of where they were as college players. So hopefully he continues to progress and put on for USC.
Dude, because you went to the UW game. I thought Penix is like as good or better than anybody I've ever seen in terms of just straight throwing a football.
Yeah, he can
spinning was dude, it was unbelievable. And the act, like some of those, that rollout to the left where he went he layered it over like two dudes in like back corner.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And he played like shit in the national championship was a bummer, dude, because I was rooting for him. Just I love his story. I love how he plays, everything. Big fan.
I'm curious to what a lot of coaches' thoughts are on left-handed quarterbacks though. Cause
is that a downfall?
I just think it's just different. I remember when I was getting recruited, some coaches would tell me they never recruit left-handed quarterbacks.
Really?
Because one coach brought it up to me, he said, because it's a different spin. And this is really picky. This is in the splitting hairs here, right? But this coach told me because the ball spins differently, it's a different rotation, that the receivers who've been used to catching right-handed spinning balls are now catching a ball that's spinning the other way.
It looks different.
It's just different to catch and tuck and run than a ball coming from a right-handed quarterback.
It makes sense, right?
Right. I'm sure after a month of training camp or a month of practice, you get used to it.
So why did Tua's dad force him to be a lefty? Because he's a righty, right?
Yeah.
So that's weird.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because you would think you'd want to be a righty then.
Right.
Unless you just want to be different for the sake. No. It was going to work out anyways. He was, insanely talented growing up. I went to camps and stuff with him. When we were little, going, yeah. I always had crazy arm talent.
I remember being at the Elite 11 in 2016 as a counselor.
Yeah.
And I remember, that whole group came through, and I was like, Tommy DeVito was one of them. I was like, he's a dog. Tommy DeVito was the best one there, in my opinion.
Really?
And then Tua. And I was
like, Tommy was better than Tua?
Tommy DeVito, in my opinion, Tua was great, I thought.
Yeah.
Tommy DeVito, in my opinion, was one of the best there.
Really?
Probably top 2, top 3. I forgot who else was there, but Tommy stuck out to me. And Tua, Tommy and Tua.
The 2017 class.
I think so.
Wouldn't it have been Trevor too?
He wasn't. He was a year.
Trevor was 16?
He was a year below them.
Okay.
He came out after them. But yeah, Tua and Tommy DeVito, they 18. Were I was like, these guys can
spin it.
They can throw it as if throw it better than most guys who are seniors in
college guys. Yeah.
So
it's getting better and better, dude. It's nuts, huh?
Yeah, but now look at them now. So
yeah. Starting caliber guys.
Yeah.
Tommy and Tua obviously.
Yeah.
Freaking led the league in passing.
Yeah. No surprise. So clearly the left-handed spinning football doesn't matter much. Right?
No. Yeah, we'd have to ask a receiver. I've never even thought about that.
Yeah. But the coach, he was like, it spins, they're used to tucking and, running with the ball a certain way after they catch it.
Yeah.
But now it's a different, especially if it's really humming, it's different if the ball's kind of layered in there, but when it's really spinning, it kind of,
this looks weird. I guess you just gotta get used to it. It's like anything, right?
Yeah. After one training camp,
I'm sure, after a few practices, whatever. All right, I actually do have to go though.
Yeah. Head out.
All right, brother. Thank you, dog.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, bro.